Hello and welcome to ActiveNet Insights. Today I'm really pleased to be joined by Gill. Gill, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, David. And yourself?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Yeah, my knee's getting better, so I'm happy at getting some exercise. So Gill, tell us who you are, what you do and where you do it, please.
I'm Gill Twell and I'm Head of Development for Right Directions, who are a management consultancy. Our support office is in Gaddesden Row, which is a small village between Luton and Hemel. However, our guys work in across the whole of the UK and Ireland as well. So 7 islands, so very varied where our clients are.
Good. I have to say I don't miss not driving to Gaddesden Row in the winter. The floods and goodness knows what else I've driven through to get to your offices in the past. So I'm actually quite pleased I haven't had to come down in the last 12 months. So.
Oh, David, the cup of coffee is waiting for you when you get here.
Fantastic. I shall look forward to it. Now, you guys have been great supporters of ActiveNet. You've been to every single one right from the word go. So just give us an idea of why you come to ActiveNet. What is it about the event that makes it worthwhile for you?
Well, I think ActiveNet is probably one of the networking events that we've got on our calendar, and it's really important to us to network with the senior managers within the industry. Really enjoy the one-to-one meetings, and over the years we've managed to get a number of new clients from coming to ActiveNet. However, that's not our main drive. The networking in between meetings and in the evening as well is really important. And that's not just talking to people we don't know, but also talking to our existing clients who we may not get to see as much as we want to. So really, really important for the networking. I think also the seminars that you put on, particularly on the morning of day one, there's been some really good topics that you've covered over the years. And again, we don't always get access to be able to go to all the events we want to. I've probably sat on more webinars in the last 12 months, but I think the quality of your speakers in the past has been really, really good. And I've got to also say, I think every single one of your after dinner speakers have been great. The majority of them I probably haven't heard of, before the events, but they have really sort of finished off the evening sessions.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. So it's interesting because actually on the 24th and 25th of March, which is our online, we're not going to do the after dinner speaker, but what we are going to do is have a really interesting piece of software for networking so that you can actually track and see different people's images and you can have a conversation with them, just like if we were in Eastwood Hall or whatever else. So we're going to really try and keep the quality of that networking in place. And of course, as you mentioned, our speakers in the morning, we've got some really good speakers from UK Active, from Simspa, from EMD, etc. So really looking forward to the quality of that. So thank you for the feedback and the quality of what we do on that, which is brilliant. But the main reason for this conversation, Gill, is to talk about the types of things that Right Directions are going to talk to the operators and the buyers about, and related to some of the great webinars that you've done, related to coming back into our opportunity to come back safely and COVID secure, etc. So I'd love to know what you're going to talk to our operators, buyers about.
Well, if we don't talk about COVID recovery, I think that's going to be a mistake. So I think as you've already said, David, Right Directions have been really, really vocal over the last 12 months. We took a decision right at the start of lockdown that there was an awful lot of people out there who needed some sort of support. And that varies from operator to operator and from owner to owner. As you know, we don't just support big leisure centres. We support individual clubs, fitness clubs, and also a little bit out on the family activity centres, so trampoline parks and climbing centres. So the support that those people needed was so varied.
Yeah.
So what we said is, okay, let's just give as much as we possibly can. And I still think there is a lot of people out there who still haven't actually got their recovery plans finalised. And from a right directions point of view, the operational side, we can be there still. And it might either be a mystery visit, or it might be a health and safety audit, or it might be just jump on our webinar to make sure that you are up to date. And hopefully that will help the industry. You know, we want to give something back to everybody. So predominantly, I will be speaking to your sellers. No, sorry, I've got that wrong.
That's okay. Because actually that's an interesting point that you raised there. Obviously, you're talking to our operators and buyers, but there'll be some suppliers that might need your support and guidance. So how does that work when you look at the supply chain?
Again, as you know, David, some of our clients are suppliers, and it doesn't really matter within the ops side whether they're a buyer or a supplier, whatever part within operations or within the supply chain, there needs to be some sort of recovery plan there. And the first question will be is, okay, have you got a pandemic procedure, and what are you doing with it for your recovery? And like I say, it's just making sure that that people know what we can do. You know, we've got lots of solutions for them, and that could be from afar, on support, or through webinars, our clinics, through our understanding clinics. I've been really pleasantly surprised the number of people who have attended our understanding regulation clinics. I wasn't quite sure when we put them on whether people would attend, but they have been really, really well received by our clients, and it's just reinforced to them about the statutory requirements, and we've had from managing directors right down to duty managers on those clinics. So there is still a need. Sometimes I wonder whether that need is just an arm around somebody's shoulder to say, actually, we are doing this right, or my goodness, I forgot all about that. It's been a long time since I've done that. So again, it's right directions at the moment is about opening avenues for people, and they can jump into all of our services in different levels.
Brilliant. Okay, and we're on the 22nd. We've yet to hear of Boris's roadmap about reopening and things like that. But I think the bit for me is so important is how safety is giving customers confidence. And, you know, when we had that reopening in the summer and people started coming back, it was the confidence that our systems and processes gave our customers, which helped them to come back and take part in activity. And that was down to, an awful lot was down to people like you, supporting, giving that guidance, etc. Do you think there's any more issues that we need to really bottom to give customers a lot of confidence about returning to our sites?
I think we've got to make sure that the game we raised in the summer, and we did raise the game in the summer, we keep to that level. We've now got an opportunity as an industry to show people that we haven't got dirty changing rooms, that our kit isn't just left after people have used it. And I think we have got to make sure that those levels of cleanliness and safety are raised forevermore, really. And also, I think, we upskilled our staff more. Which is so important. I mean, I think one of the most successful things for Right Directions was our online COVID-19 aware course. And for those who did it, we had fantastic feedback. We were astounded at the number of people we got through that course. We trained just under 13,000 delegates on that training. We did keep it really cheap, £1 for Right Directions clients, and £2.50 if you aren't a Right Directions client. But we did that again because it's about that roadmap for the industry. You know, we would prefer to have trained 13,000 people on that, then have trained 1,000 because we'd have put the price higher. That is Right Direction's philosophy. So from that, we will be doing a COVID-19 recovery course. And we're waiting until tonight to see what Boris has to say. And our plans are that online training will be available a couple of weeks before opening. We're not going to release it before. We just want to make sure that that everything that the government is telling us is included. But it won't just be this time about how people you know, keep the centres clean. This is about the recovery, so we're going to be taking it a step further. But
that sounds really good, Gill, and a really good reason for our buyers to want to choose you on their schedules when they start coming out. So we've had our time. We've done really well in covering a whole load of subjects. So Gill, thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you active now on the top.
Okay, thanks David, speak to you
Cheers,
soon.
bye-bye.
Bye.